90% of people fail this common sense test. It looks like common sense isn't so common because according to research, 90% of adults get these questions wrong, yet kids do just fine. That's because grown-ups overcomplicate things while children use their common sense and don't overthink. So follow their lead and let's start. 1. Which word would you use if you needed to describe a person who doesn't have all their fingers on one hand? You have 10 seconds to come up with the correct adjective. You should just call this person normal. I don't know about you, but I have all 10 of my fingers divided onto 2 hands with 5 on each. 2. Alright, we tested your anatomy, now some geography. If a plane crashes right on the border between Canada and the United States, where should they bury the survivors? Whoa, are you supposed to know international aviation laws or something? Well, take 10 seconds to figure it out. Have you made up your mind? Canada? USA? But are you 100% sure they bury the survivors? 3. Okay, how about this one? Imagine that you just entered a pitch black room. There's an oil lamp, a newspaper, and some kindling wood inside the room. But you only have one match. You have to make a tough choice. What will you light first? The oil lamp is definitely a good choice, but still incorrect. First of all, you'll need to light the match. 4. Mrs. Brownie, despite her name, loves the color pink. Her bungalow is decorated entirely in the bubblegum color. Pink carpet, furniture, curtains, even the walls are pink. So what color do you imagine the stairs are? Perhaps if there were stairs, they would most likely be pink, but bungalows just have one floor. No stairs needed. 5. One day a man got caught in the pouring rain. Unfortunately, he had no umbrella or hat or anything else he could use to stay dry. Yet not a single hair on his head got wet. How so? The answer is so simple, you'll want to slap yourself for not thinking of it. The man was bald. 6. How can it be that every single person in a plane crash died, but 2 people survived? This is a straight-up paradox, and you have only 10 seconds to explain it. The thing is that those 2 survivors were married. Every single person. Ah, I see what they did there. 7. Time for a tricky one, so be very attentive. What do you sleep on, sit on, and brush your teeth with? A bed, a chair, and a toothbrush. Common sense, remember? Don't overcomplicate things. 8. In some months there are 31 days, in others there are 30. But how many months have 28 days? Come on, you know this one. You've got 10 seconds to remember. So, is it just one? February, right? Nope. The answer is actually 12. All 12 months have 28 days. Press the like button if you got that one. 9. A man dressed in all black from head to toe was walking in the middle of the road. All of a sudden, a huge black car with its headlights off came around the corner and screeched to a halt not to hit him. How on earth did the driver of the car see the man in black? And 10 seconds on the clock. If you need more time, just pause the video. Well, it's kinda hard not to notice a man dressed completely in black during the daytime. 10. There were 3 highly important rooms in the house of an extremely important man. One room was filled with valuable secret documents. The second one was full of money. And in the third room, the man kept expensive jewelry. But one day, an arsonist set the house on fire and all the highly important rooms burst into flames. Which of the rooms did the police start to extinguish the fire first and foremost? You can debate the philosophical stuff later, but let's get one thing straight. The police don't put out fires. That's what firefighters do. 11. What's the biggest problem with snow boots? That's a pretty random question. Still, take 10 seconds to think of your complaints about this winter weather must-have. Snow boots melt as soon as you take them home or spring comes. Oh, because these ones are made of snow. Gotcha.
Hello everyone! Today we are going to present about game-based learning and inquiry-based learning. My name's Vanessa Quijano.
And I am Jeff Brian Quijano.
Giây phút em gặp anh là em biết em si tình, tình 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 tang tang tình tang tình 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 tang tang tang. Giây phút em gặp anh là em biết em si tình, tình 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 tan tan tình tan tình mình tình tan 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 tình. ส่งเกินตามมาเลยไม่ต้องจำเป็นมองนานๆคนสวยต้องมองนานๆมองนานๆคนสวยต้องมองนานๆมองนานๆคนสวยต้องมองนานๆมองนานๆคนสวยต้อง
Let's start!
Game-based learning. Game-based learning is a type of gameplay that has defined learning outcomes. Generally, game-based learning is designed to balance subject matter with gameplay and the ability of the player to retain and apply said subject matter to the real world. Gaming can create a dynamic that can inspire learners to develop skills and competencies as they focus on the activities of the game. In order to deliver content as a game, faculty members tend to divide the syllabus into levels through which the students must progress, with students getting feedback rather than grades. In order for it to be effective, the game must align with learning outcomes, should not be competitive in the conventional sense. Sometimes, in fact, the game might require students to work collaboratively in order to solve problems, while in other contexts, game mechanics might make students compete against one another to reach a personal best. Here are the characteristics of a good game. First, age-appropriate. A good game and game-based learning should be suitable for a target age group of students. It should align with their developmental abilities, cognitive skills, and interests, ensuring that the content and complexity are appropriate for effective learning. Second is interaction and feedback. Games should provide ample opportunities for student interaction and feedback. They should offer meaningful and immediate feedback to guide learners' progress, reinforce correct responses, and provide corrective guidance for incorrect answers. This helps students understand their performance and make necessary adjustments to improve. The next one is reward appropriate challenge. Games should present challenges that are properly challenging for the learners. The difficulty levels should be set in a way that encourages students to put in effort, think critically, and apply their knowledge and skills. Striking the right balance ensures that learners feel motivated and engaged without becoming overwhelmed or disinterested. Next, gradually increasing difficulty. A good game-based learning experience should have a well-designed progression of difficulty. It should start with simpler tasks or concepts and gradually increase the complexity as students demonstrate mastery. This gradual increase allows learners to build upon their existing knowledge and skills, fostering a sense of achievement and continuous growth. Next is safe environment for playing. Games should provide a safe, supportive environment for students to explore, experiment, and make mistakes without a fear of judgment or negative consequences. This encourages students to take risks, learn from their failures, and develop resilience and perseverance. Collaboration and competition. Games can incorporate both collaborative and competitive elements. They should allow students to collaborate and work together to solve problems, fostering teamwork, communication, and social skills. Additionally, healthy competition can motivate students to strive for improvement and achieve higher levels of mastery. Next, clear achievable goals and rules. Games should have clear and well-defined goals that are attainable within the learning context. The goals should be communicated effectively to students, allowing them to understand what they need to accomplish. Additionally, games should have clear rules that govern the gameplay, ensuring fairness, consistency, and structured learning experience. And the last one is measurable outcomes and rewards. A good game-based learning experience should have measurable outcomes that allows educators and students to assess progress and achievement. This could be through points, levels, badges, or other measurable indicators. Rewards and recognitions can further motivate students, providing a sense of accomplishment and reinforcing positive learning behaviors. And of course, it has to be fun. Pop-up question. A characteristic of a good game that means working together and having a match between players or groups. Answer: collaboration and competition. Well done! Now let's talk about learning outcomes that can be achieved through gaming-based learning. Visual, greater collaboration, concentration and focus, and teamwork. Let's discuss each of them. Visual. Games often utilize visual elements such as graphics, animations, and interactive interfaces. This visual stimulation can enhance students' engagement, promote visual spatial reasoning, and facilitate better understanding and retention of concepts. Greater collaboration. Games designed for collaborative play encourage students to work together, communicate, and share ideas. This fosters teamwork and cooperation, helping students develop important interpersonal skills and learn how to effectively collaborate with others. Concentration and focus. Games with immersive and interactive features can capture students' attention and promote concentration and focus. By presenting challenges and tasks that require mental effort and problem solving, games can improve students' ability to concentrate for longer periods and enhance their cognitive skills. And lastly, teamwork. Multiplayer games or games with cooperative gameplay can promote teamwork and cooperation among students. These experiences require coordination, communication, and division of tasks, allowing students to develop essential teamwork skills that can be applied in various real-life situations. Pop-up question. A learning outcome that can be achieved with the use of additional teaching materials that can be seen and used when playing games. Answer: visual. Good job! Now let's move on to the impact of teachers and teaching practices in a game-based learning approach. Enjoyment and motivation, teacher role, classroom management, and teacher skills. Enjoyment and motivation. Teachers play a crucial role in fostering students' enjoyment and motivation in game-based learning by carefully selecting and implementing educational games, providing clear instructions, and creating a positive and supportive learning environment. Teachers can enhance students' enjoyment of the learning process and increase their motivation to actively engage and participate. Teacher role. In game-based learning, teachers take on the role of facilitators and guides rather than just instructors. They provide guidance, support, and feedback to students as they navigate through the game-based activities. Teachers also help students make connections between the game content and the broader learning objectives, ensuring that the game is integrated effectively into the curriculum. Classroom management. Game-based learning requires effective classroom management strategies. Teachers need to establish clear rules and expectations regarding the game usage, set appropriate time limits, and ensure that students are engaged in productive gameplay. Additionally, teachers should monitor and provide guidance to students to maintain a focused and purposeful learning environment. And lastly, teaching skills. Game-based learning requires teachers to possess a unique set of skills. These include the ability to select and evaluate appropriate educational games, integrate games into lesson plans, adapt games to meet diverse student needs, and assess learning outcomes within a game-based context. Teachers also need to be skilled in providing timely and constructive feedback and facilitating discussions and reflections related to the game-based learning experiences. Pop-up question. One of the impacts of game-based learning to teachers are enjoyment and motivation. How is this possible? A. It allows teachers to engage in the activities, which can also encourage students to want to take part if they see that their teacher is as well. B. It makes teachers energetic and get ready for a brand new day. Or C. It motivates teachers to teach better because games keep them in a good mood. Answer: A. Behaviorism, cognitism, and constructivism are three prominent learning theories. These theories try to develop efficient learning programs and study the psychology involved in an individual's learning ability. Now let's relate them to games. Pop-up question. A theory that treats individual learning as non-existent. It focuses on the observation of the environment and responding to it as the basis of education. Answer: behaviorism. Pop-up question. This theory emerges via interactive activities that spark the thinking of potential students. It treats individuals as mental beings that analyze and evaluate information. Cognitivism. Pop-up question. Constructivism states that all knowledge builds upon blank. Answer: prior experience and knowledge. Well done.
Let's start. Inquiry-based learning. Inquiry can be defined as a process of asking a question or investigation, and learning is acquiring skills and knowledge through instruction. Inquiry-based learning is an educational approach that emphasizes active student engagement and exploration through posing questions, investigating topics, and seeking answers. It involves students taking on an active role in their learning process, formulating hypotheses, conducting research, and critically analyzing information to develop a deeper understanding of a subject. According to Sen and Oskay, inquiry learning is one of the learning methods that follow constructivism theory. It is an effective method not only for student learning, but also for the cultivation and promotion of higher order thinking skills. Constructivism theory can help students build their own understanding of a concept. The relevance of constructivism theory to inquiry-based learning lies in their shared emphasis on student-centered and active learning. Constructivism posits that learners construct their own knowledge by actively engaging with their environment and building upon their prior experiences. Similarly, inquiry-based learning encourages students to actively explore, investigate, and construct meaning through inquiry rather than passively receiving information. By employing the principles of constructivism, inquiry-based learning promotes deeper understanding, critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and the ability to transfer knowledge to new context. It aligns with the idea that learners construct knowledge by making connections, questioning assumptions, and actively seeking answers. Inquiry-based learning provides opportunities for students to construct their own knowledge through hands-on experiences, collaboration, and reflection, fostering a sense of ownership and engaging in the learning process. Inquiry-based instruction. It is a teaching technique in which teachers create situations in which students are to solve problems. Lessons are designed so that students make connections to previous knowledge, bring their own questions to learning, investigate to satisfy their own questions, and designs a way to try out their ideas. Inquiry-based instruction refers to an educational approach that centers on students' active exploration and investigation of topics or questions. It involves posing open-ended questions, conducting research, and seeking evidence to develop a deeper understanding of a subject. Inquiry-based instruction encourages students to think critically, solve problems, and construct knowledge through hands-on experiences, collaboration, and reflection. It empowers students to take an active role in their learning and promote skills such as critical thinking, creativity, and information literacy. 5E Inquiry Model. The 5E Inquiry Model is an instructional framework that promotes inquiry-based learning in science education. It consists of 5 phases that guide students through the learning process. Number 1, engage. In this phase, the teacher captures students' attention and activates their prior knowledge through thought-provoking questions, discussions, or hands-on activities. It aims to stimulate curiosity and establish a context for learning. Number 2, explore. In this phase, students actively explore the topic or concept through hands-on activities, experiments, or investigations. They collect data, make observations, and generate questions to deepen their understanding. The focus is on discovery and building first-hand experiences. Number 3, explain. In this phase, students develop explanations and concepts based on their exploration. They analyze and interpret the data they collected, make connections to prior knowledge, and share their findings with peers and the teacher. This phase supports the development of conceptual understanding. Number 4, elaborate. In this phase, students extend their understanding by applying their knowledge in new contexts or through additional activities. They engage in further research, conduct more complex experiments, or solve problems related to the topic. This phase encourages critical thinking creativity, and the application of learned concepts. Number 5, evaluate. In this phase, students reflect on their learning and assess their understanding. They may present their findings, participate in discussions, or complete assessments to demonstrate their knowledge and skills. The evaluation phase allows students to reflect on their learning journey and helps teachers assess student progress and adjust instruction if needed. The 5E inquiry model provides a structured framework that promotes active engagement, critical thinking, and meaningful learning experiences for students in science education. 3 benefits of student asking: raises basic misunderstanding and knowledge gaps, helps students discover their thinking on a complex topic, prompts deeper thinking on a topic. And here is a comparison between traditional and inquiry-based instruction. And next, we have 4 forms of inquiry that are commonly used in inquiry-based instructions. We have confirmation inquiry, structured inquiry, guided inquiry, and open inquiry. And these are the levels of inquiry-based learning. We have high teacher involvement for confirmation inquiry and structured inquiry, where in confirmation inquiry, we reinforce prior knowledge, and on structured inquiry, students follow set process. And we have low teacher involvement for guided inquiry and open inquiry, wherein in guided inquiry, research questions only provided, and for open inquiry, students does everything. In conclusion, let's quote Benjamin Franklin, wherein he said, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn."